Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the elders and the apostles and the righteous men of Great Millstone who teach us this truth in righteousness and sincerity and in brotherly love. And salutations to the hopeful elect, the 144,000 men of Yasharallah, and the one-third men, women, and children of Yasharallah. Shalom. This is your brother Shamya coming back at you one more time from the Great Millstone Helena, Montana camp. And we just going to jump right into it. We ain't going to waste no more time. And we always like to make a disclaimer. We are not a hate group, and we are not an extremist group. We are a truth group, and we only bring out the truth according to the Bible, according to the word of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? Now, the Lord Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, the Spirit jumped on me to do this lesson in regards to the new covenant. Okay? Now, again, we're not going to go back and forth with these scoffers. We ain't got time for that. We ain't gonna go back and forth with these scoffers on the comment board. We ain't got time for that. We only do again. We say this over and over again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai and the elders apostle Great Millstone who the Lord set up. We only do these videos for the elect of Yasharallah and the 1/3 of Yasharallah. We're not doing these videos for the whole entire world. Okay? So for you scoffers and everything like that, do what y'all do. But guess what? Only thing we going to do is block you. That's it. Okay? So this lesson is the new covenant is of the physical Israelites. Okay? The new covenant is of the physical Israelites, the physical descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay? This new covenant has nothing to do with you other heathen nations. Okay, this is only regarding us. Okay, and we're gonna prove that. See, so for example, okay, I'm gonna go to the book Jeremiah 31 and 30, right? Because the whole Bible is talking about and is concerning the children of Israel. Okay. We're not dealing with that plantation Christianity no more. That's done. That's done with. Okay? Esau, Edom, they pushed that plantation Christianity on us, and it ain't working no more. It's not working anymore. This is Jeremiah chapter 31, right? This is Jeremiah chapter 31, and I'm going to read Jeremiah 31 and 33. Okay? Now, Jeremiah 31 and 33. Okay? This is what it reads. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai, I will put my law in their inward parts and write them in their hearts, and will be their power, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and they shall be my people. This is concerning Israel. This is in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse 33. Okay? Now, Jeremiah chapter 31 by verse 4 in my Bible, this is what it says. The regathering of Israel. This is a prophecy that will soon come to pass. This is regarding Israel. Now, we know that these Christian churches, they don't like to go into prophecies. They don't go into prophecies. Okay? And even when they try to attempt to go into prophecies, they stumble, fumble all the time. Now, Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 33, right? Jeremiah 31 and 33. Matter of fact, Jeremiah 31 and 31, I'm gonna read this. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, that I will make a new covenant. A new covenant. This new covenant is for who? Well, we're going to read it. A new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Right? Now, on the bottom of my page of Jeremiah 31 and 31, it tells us right there, we see it right there. It tells us to go to Hebrews 8, 8 to 12. But what I want to do with Jeremiah chapter 31 and 33, when it says, but this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said the Lord, I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and they shall be my people. Now, this is what it says in Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 33 in the NET translation Bible. Jeremiah 31 and 33 in the NET translation Bible. It says this, but I will make a new covenant. See, this new covenant is only for who? We're going to read it again. But I will make a new covenant with the whole nation of Israel. It didn't say nothing about the other nations. The Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai said it right here in Jeremiah 31 and 33 NET translation Bible. But I will make, this is the Lord speaking, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the God of the Bible. But I will make a new covenant with the whole nation of Israel after I plant them back in the land. So that shows you we ain't in the new covenant yet, because the Lord said he was going to make this new covenant with us when he plants us back in the land. So we're not under the new covenant yet. We're in transition of coming into the new covenant, but we're not in the new covenant fully yet. How do we know? Well, we're going to read it again. Jeremiah 31 and 33, NET Bible. It says, but I will make a new covenant with the whole nation of Israel after I plant them back in the land. I will put my law within them and write it on their hearts and minds. I will be their power, and they will be my people. Now remember, on Jeremiah 31 and 31, on the bottom of my page, when I put it up to the camera, it tells us to go to Hebrews 8 and 8. So now that's in the New Testament. So these Christians would just say, oh, we're in the New Testament now. We're seeing we're in the New Testament. It's God has opened it up to everybody. That's the new. No, that's not what that means. The Lord didn't open salvation up to everybody in the covenants and the promises. No, it's only with his people. Okay? Now this is Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 8. It says, for finding fault with them, he said, this is a New Testament, Hebrews 8 and 8. For finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Now what I'm going to do is just put this up to the camera so everybody can see this. Hebrews 8 and 8 in the New Testament, it tells us to go to where? Jeremiah 31 and 31 to 34, which is what we read in Jeremiah 31. Jeremiah 31 told us to go to Hebrews 8 and 8. Hebrews 8 and 8 tells us to go to Jeremiah 31 and 31. And this is in the New Testament. This is Hebrews 8 and 8 in the 1599 Geneva Bible translation. Hebrews 8 and 8 in the 1599 Geneva Bible translation. It reads, now this is in the footnotes to the Hebrews 8 and 8 in the 1599 Geneva Bible. This is in the footnotes. It says this. He calleth it an house, as it were one family of the whole kingdom. For whereas the kingdom of David was divided into two factions, the prophet giveth us to understand that though the New Testament, which is the new covenant, understand that through the New Testament, they shall be joined together again as one. I'm going to read that one more time. This is in Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 8. In the 1599 Geneva Bible, it says this in the footnotes. It says, he calleth it an house. Okay? Because remember, in Hebrews 8 and 8, when it says, for finding fault with them, he saith, behold, the days come, said the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Because remember, the Lord split the kingdom into two. Right here in Hebrews 8 and 8 in the 1599 Geneva Bible translation, in the footnotes, it says, he calleth it an house, as it were one family of the whole kingdom. For whereas the kingdom of David was divided into two factions, the prophet giveth us to understand that through the New Testament they shall be joined together again as one. Now let me ask this question. Why is it that the Christian churches don't never go into the scriptures, which is what we just read in Hebrews 8 and 8, the New Testament? Why is it that they never talk about the regathering of the 12 tribes of Israel into one kingdom? Because ain't that what we just read in Hebrews 8 and 8 in the footnotes to the 1599 Geneva Bible? Why is it that they never talk about the regathering of the whole nation of Israel? Let me read it one more time. This is Hebrews 8 and 8 in the 1599 Geneva Bible. Footnotes, he calleth it an house, as it were one family of the whole kingdom. For whereas the kingdom of David was divided into two factions, the prophet giveth us to understand that through the New Testament they shall be joined together again. Here's my question again. Why don't they never talk about the regathering of the whole nation of Israel back into one kingdom, back into one nation? One kingdom, not two kingdoms, one kingdom. It says, whereas the kingdom of David was divided into two factions, the prophet giveth us to understand that through the New Testament they shall be joined together again as one. Let's go to the book of Matthew. We're going to go to the book of Matthew, chapter 26 and verse 28, because it all comes together through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai and the elders, apostles, great millstone, who the Lord set up. This is Matthew chapter 26. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai. Hallelujah. This is Matthew chapter 26 and verse 28, and it reads, this is Yahweh Shai speaking, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ, because that's not the Lord's name. The Lord's name is Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the Savior of Israel, who sprung out the tribe of Judah. This is Matthew chapter 26 and verse 28. It says, for this is my blood of the New Testament. See, and then when you get a wacky tacky Christian that bring this verse up, it says New Testament. But remember, we go into those other translations says the new covenant. And we know that the New Testament is a new covenant. The new covenant that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai will make with his people, the nation of Israel, the house of Israel. How do we know? Well, we read it in Hebrews 8 and 8 and Jeremiah 31 and 31. This is Matthew chapter 26 verse 20. Matthew chapter 26 verse 28. For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many. The question, Jesus Christ, he shed his blood for many. No. This is Yahweh Shai Mashiach talking that he shed his blood for many of the nation of Israel. And we're going to prove it. It says, for this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many. Who is that many? What many? That Israel. That's what many. For the remission of sins. Okay? This is Matthew chapter 26 and verse 28. Now check this out. Matthew chapter 26 and verse 28 on the bottom of my page, on my Bible, it tells us to go to Exodus 24 and 8. Oh, do you guys see that? Matthew chapter 26 and verse 28. It tells us to go to Exodus 24 and 8 and Jeremiah 31 and 31, which is what we read. So this is clearly talking about concerning, Yahweh Shai is telling you who he has shed his blood for. 26 and 28, Exodus 24 and 8, Jeremiah 31 and 31. So let's go to Exodus chapter 24 and 8. Because the truth is coming out, man. We're not going to sit up here and argue. We ain't going to sit up here and debate and go back and forth. No. We ain't going to do that. We're going to do these lessons. We're going to preach and bring out this gospel the right way. Okay? Through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and the elders, apostles, great millstone the Lord set up. Exodus 24 and 8. It says this. Now, in the New Living Translation, the title for Exodus 24, it says, Israel accepts the Lord's covenant, right? So this is Exodus chapter 24 and verse 8, and it reads, and Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people. Who people? What people? The people, Israel, the children of Israel, and said, behold, the blood of the covenant, which the Lord Yahweh Shemashai have made with you concerning all these words. Okay? Now, Salakia, Exodus 24 and 8. Exodus 24 and 8 right there. Because Matthew told us to go to Exodus. But Exodus is telling us to go to Luke 22 and 20. Now, real quick, this is Matthew 26 and 28, right? They told us to go to Exodus 24 and 8, right? And Jeremiah 31 and 31. Okay? Now again, Exodus 24 and 8 tells us to go to Luke 22 and 20. So now we're going back into the New Testament. See how it all comes together through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai? Look at this. We're going because Exodus just told us to go to Luke 22 and 20. Luke 22. This is Luke 22 and verse 20. Okay, now check this out. This is Yahweh Shai speaking again, because we read it in Matthew. Now we're reading it in Luke. Matthew. Now remember, this is all concerning Israel. We just proved that this is all concerning Israel. We proved it, and we're gonna continue to prove it. This is Luke in the New Testament, Luke chapter 22 and verse 20. It says, likewise, also the cup after supper, right? Now by verse 7 to Luke 22, it says the Last Supper. So this is talking about the Last Supper, right? Jumping to verse 20, this is Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, likewise, also the cup after supper, saying, this cup is the New Testament. See, it says New Testament right there. But we're gonna prove it. It says, this cup is the New Testament, and my blood, which is shed for you. Woo you, what you? Israel you. This is now Exodus 24 and 8, right? In the expanded version. Because remember, Exodus 24 and 8 told us to go to Luke chapter 22 and verse 20. But what I want to do is I want to read Exodus 24 and 8 in the expanded version Bible. Exodus 24 and 8 in the expanded version Bible version. It says this. Okay? Salakia. Luke chapter, because remember, Exodus 24 and 8 told us to go to Luke 22 and 20. Now Luke chapter 22 and verse 20 in the expanded version Bible, right? I'm going to repeat it again. Exodus 24 and 8 told us to come to Luke chapter 22 and verse 20. Luke chapter 22 and verse 20 in the expanded version Bible version tells us this. This is what it reads. This cup is the new agreement, parentheses, covenant, new covenant, a binding relationship between God and his people. And then it tells us to go to Jeremiah 31, 31 to 34. I mean, that's just beautiful. It's beautiful to hear that. I'm going to read that one more time. The Lord want me to read that one again. Remember, Exodus 24 and 8 told us to go to Luke 22 and 20. Luke 22 and 20. Expanded Version Bible translation. It says, this cup is the new agreement, parentheses, covenant, a binding relationship between God and his people. Then this tells us to go to Jeremiah 31 and 31 to 34. Let's keep moving through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay. Now this is Matthew chapter 26 and verse 28. Going back to Matthew 26 and verse 28, when it says this, It says, for this is my blood of the New Testament, the new covenant, right? This is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. This is Matthew chapter 26 and verse 28 in the Julia Smith translation. Matthew 26 and 28 in the Julia Smith translation. It says, for this is my blood that of the new covenant that is shed for many for remission of sins, right? That's Matthew 26 and 28. Julia Smith translation. It says, for this is my blood that is of the new covenant that is shed for many for remission of sins. Matthew chapter 26 and verse 28 in the expanded version translation. It says, this is my blood, which is the new agreement that God makes with his people. Parentheses, or which confirms / establishes the new covenant of the new covenant. Read it again. Matthew 26 and 28, expanded version. This is my blood, which is the new agreement that God makes with his people, parentheses, or which confirms / establishes the new covenant. It says, of the new covenant, Exodus 24 and 8. I'm going to read it one more time. This is beautiful, okay? Now, Matthew chapter 26 and verse 28, expanded version Bible. This is my blood, which is the new agreement, the new covenant, right? It says, this is my blood, which is the new agreement that God makes with his people, parentheses, or which confirms / establishes the new covenant. Of the new covenant, it tells us to go to Exodus 24 and 8, which is where we read, okay? Then it tells us to go to Jeremiah 31 and 31 to 34, right? It says, this blood is poured out for many. We already know who that many is. To forgive their, parentheses, for the remission of sins. Okay? Then it said, so let's go to Isaiah 53 and 1. Isaiah chapter 53 and verse 12. Isaiah chapter 53 and verse 12. This is Isaiah chapter 53 and verse 12. And it reads, Jeremiah chapter 53 and verse 12. And it says, real quick. Okay, so now, Jeremiah 53 and 12. This is what it reads. Jeremiah 53 and 12. It reads, therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he have poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors. See, this is talking about Yahweh Shai right here. Okay? I'm going to read it from the top one more again. Therefore will I divide a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he have poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sins, and he bare the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. What's that reminder? We just read that in Matthew 26 and 28. When we read in the Julia Smith translation, it said, for this is my blood this is my blood that is of the new covenant that is shed for many for remission of sins, right? Right here in Isaiah chapter 53 verse 12, it says, therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he have poured out his soul into death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. And there you go. Okay? Now real quick, Isaiah, that's what we read, Isaiah chapter 53 verse 12. Okay? Now what I want to do is I want to jump back to that Luke chapter 22. I want to jump back to that Luke chapter 22 and read this. Luke chapter 22. And I want to read Luke chapter 22 and verse 20 in the Holman Christian Standard Bible translation. Luke chapter 22 and verse 20 in the Holman Christian Standard Bible translation. And it reads, "And the cup in like manner after supper, saying, This cup is the new covenant in my blood, even that which is poured out for you." See right here in Luke chapter 22 and verse 20, it says this is the cup of the New Testament. But we know that, matter of fact, on the bottom of my page when it says the New Testament, in Luke chapter 22 and verse 20, right here, in Luke chapter 20 and verse 20, right there, it tells you the New Testament means covenant. The covenant, the new covenant. And we proved who the new covenant is for throughout the whole lesson. See, Luke chapter 22 and verse 20, it says, "Likewise also the cup after supper, saying, This cup is the New Testament." So see, these wacky-tacky Christians can try to finagle their way through it, but nope. You go into the Lord allows us to go into these other translations through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai and the elders, apostle, great millstone the Lord set up. We will know that New Testament is the new covenant. What's the new covenant? Well, we read it. We proved it. Who the new covenant is for? Okay? The nation of Israel. That's who the new covenant is for. And we proved that. Okay? So I'm going to wrap it up, Akim. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the elders and the apostles and the righteous men of great millstone who teach us this truth and righteousness and sincerity and in brotherly love. Until the next lesson, let's stay strong, Akim. We almost home. Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.